Hi to everyone who is attending this webinar. So I'll start the webinar. So usually we are well versed with the common engineering sectors like mechanical engineering, computer and IT engineering, chemical engineering. But today we are going to give you an in-depth insights into the aviation and scope of engineering in airlines industry. So one of the rare jewels of the engineering sectors. Hi everyone, I am Devyani, your host for today. And today we have Mr. Anupam Ken Chanchal, Accountable Manager, Aerospace Research and Development Center, Guwahati. He holds a 9+ years of experience in aviation industry and has a very new age approach towards it. Hi Anupam sir.
Hi Divyani and hi everyone.
Hi. So sir, starting with the very basic. Yes sir. So starting with the very first question, that the current scenario of the aviation industry and why a class 12 student should join this industry.
Okay, very good. First of all, greetings from on behalf of Gyan Vitarnam, and I would like to thanks Gyan Vitarnam to organize this webinar on this very burning topic that is how a student who has passed 10 plus 2 this year should join aviation industry. Basically, we'll start with the point that this what we think that this is the toughest question, this is the toughest decision for anyone who is passing 10 plus 2 to decide what to do after 10 plus 2. Why? Because the decision you will take today will be the foundation of your whole life. So always what we suggest that whenever you are taking a decision, you should be very much cautious and you must have a thorough knowledge of that industry. It's an initiative of Gyan Vitanam that we have started delivering about various career opportunities. And in this series, we are now talking about aviation industry. And I do have good experience in aviation. And as I have seen a lot of my young champ who have got success and they are enjoying their life in aviation industry. So now I'm coming to the question: why a student who has passed 10 plus 2 should make career in aviation? The first answer for my side is that we should make our career in those industry, in those fields which are in the growing position at present. As the people who opted mechanical engineering before just 40 years ago, at present they are having a good position in multinational companies. The people who opted computer science or computer related courses when the computer was were revolutionized in India are holding better position in at present scenario. The people who opted the IT sector or electronic sector when the electronic era was booming are holding a better position at present, and it is just like that. This is the time when we should come to know which industry is growing and what is the future of the country, what is the future of the world, what world require. So if we talk about aviation industry, aviation is at present scenario, aviation is one of the most required thing for a middle class family in the world. Why? Because everyone has everything but we don't have much time, and most of the people are preferring to fly at present scenario. And it's not being said by me only, the reports are saying that India has got almost 119% in hike in the passengers number in last 5 to 7 years. So if we talk about aviation and if we talk about India, Indian aviation industry is the third largest domestic market in the world. It shows that there is a huge requirement of aircraft in India. If you'll see, if you come on ground, if you'll see, every airline is adding aircraft in its fleet year by year. Government has planned almost 100 new airports. If you will go through the reports of IBEF, India Brand Equity Foundation, this is a government foundation. If we'll go through the reports, we will find out many airports are being built, many aircrafts are being purchased, many players of other country like I recall a name of a company that is in France. They are eagerly waiting to invest in Indian maintenance and repair part. The name is Saffron, something is the name of those countries. Like this, so many organizations across the world are there who are willing to invest in India in maintenance or in flying. In last 5 years, if we could find many airlines have started its operation in India, including Tata. Tata's ventures are flying in India. Tata Sia means Vistara is flying now. So if
Yes.
we will come to the conclusion, we'll find it out that this era is this era needs to fly, and that's why the number of airports are increasing, the number of aircrafts are increasing. Now the question is that how much students are passing out in this industry. So if you'll compare, you will find there is
Yes.
a better scope, better opportunities in this industry. If anyone who is willing to opt a field which is not like conventional, like if anyone want, I don't want to go in conventional engineering, then he may have this option at a top of his choice. That is the career in aviation industry, Divyani. So I'm giving over to you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you have perfectly answered the question that why a class 12 students should join this industry to what is the current scenario of the aviation industry. As you have perfectly explained that even the government is only going to spend almost 1.83 billion rupees to build up new airports and everything. So this is absolutely a perfect time to get into this industry before the cake is hot. So this is absolutely a perfect time. So, sir,
Yeah,
moving
very right.
forward with the other question, which is what are the different career opportunities in this industry?
Yeah, great question, Divani. Actually, when we heard about aircraft, when the word come in our mind, aircraft, only two or three things come in our mind. One is to become a pilot. Another one is to become an aerospace or aeronautical engineer. Third one is to become air hostess or ground staff. Two or three things are
Hmm.
there, but aviation is not limited to this. So many career opportunities are there beyond this, which are really not known to the students. Today we'll speak. Today we'll talk about those careers which are not known to the student, and where the student can make a better career in those industry, those fields. Though it's not easy, if anyone want to build in their career in those fields, they have to be very intelligent, and not intelligent, but they have to put their extra efforts. They have to be above the average student, isn't it? So apart from, I will start from pilot. About CPL, commercial pilot license, everyone know they fly the aircraft, and the course duration is of 2 years. After that, aeronautical engineer, they are
Okay.
basically engaged in manufacturing. If we talk about the Indian aviation, we have, from my point of view, we can divide the aviation industry in three parts. One is the manufacturing and manufacturing. Second is flying, and third is ground operation. In manufacturing,
Okay.
if we want to go in manufacturing sector, we must do aeronautical or aerospace engineering. If we want to go in flying section, then we'll have to do go for commercial pilot training. And if we want to be engaged on ground level, if we want to be a part of maintenance and certification team, then we have to go for engineering, that is called aircraft maintenance engineering. Just for a few minutes, I will tell. Everyone know, those who are attending this seminar must be aware about the things that pilot flies the aircraft, air hostesses takes care of the passengers in the aircraft, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Aeronautical engineers manufacture the aircraft. Have we ever thought that who are the people who gives us the guarantee that if you are taking off the aircraft from one airport, you will be safely landing to another airport? Who are those people? How this big machine flies in the aircraft with the very safety, and it lands very smoothly? Then though aircraft is a very complicated machine, we know. If you'll compare with the automobile, it's a very complicated machine, but still it's
Hmm.
flying smoothly. Why? The people who are behind this, and they are not known to most of the people, are aircraft maintenance engineers. This is one of the from my point of view, if anyone speak to me, because I'm very much aware about this field, I'm very much aware about the course. We are running one maintenance and repair organization that is called Aerospace Research and Development Center, which is approved by DGCA, Ministry of Civil Aviation, Government of India, and we are having our operation in at Jamshedpur Airport, at Bhubaneswar Airport. So I can say that this industry is really a very fantastic industry, and this particular aircraft maintenance engineering course is very fantastic course. So over to you.
Yes, sir. So yes, I think you have perfectly explained why out of all the others, aircraft maintenance engineering is one of the very lucrative career options one can choose from. So sir, can you go into the
Yeah.
depth of this particular engineering department or sector? Like what do aircraft maintenance engineers do, for the basic question?
Yes. Yes. So this is very basic. Whenever we think about any career, we must know key basically what are their portfolio, what are their importance in this industry.
Hmm.
So I will just start from the government of India's rule. What government of India's rule, Aircraft Act 1934 says. There are rules thereon, but I'm quoting that constitutional part. Rule says that no aircraft can take off in India unless until it has been certified by a government licensed aircraft maintenance engineers. I'm not using the technical words like FRC and other things. I'm not using. I'm telling the certification. No aircraft and aircraft part can be installed in the aircraft unless until it has been duly certified by a government licensed engineer. You can understand the importance of these engineers. Suppose I do have my own
Yes,
aircraft
sir.
and I want to fly. I cannot fly unless it is being certified by an aircraft maintenance engineer who is holding a license which is being given by government of India after assessing us. So basic work of aircraft maintenance engineers are to certify the aircraft. In very simple language, you can say that aircraft maintenance engineer are licensed person who carries out and certifies the aircraft maintenance, the license aircraft maintenance. Basically their work is this. Apart from that, aircraft maintenance engineer or people who have done this aircraft maintenance course have various opportunities, like they can be engaged in quality control sale. The people who are not
Okay.
signing the aircraft, the people who are not working, but all the documentation and quality assurance part is are there in their hand. So people are engaged in those also. So many portfolio are there, but the one which is for what we study is the licensed engineer to who certify the aircraft before the aircraft has to be ready for takeoff. So basic work of an aircraft maintenance engineer is to certify the aircraft before the aircraft takes off. Over to you. Over
Okay.
to you,
Okay.
Divan.
So, sir, what is the basic minimum education or qualification required to become an aircraft engineer?
Yeah, as per the government of India, as per the DGCA rules, as per the Director General of Civil Aviation, government of India's rule, anyone who have passed 10 plus 2 with physics, chemistry, math can get
Okay.
enrollment
So,
in any DGCA approved aircraft maintenance engineering colleges to build their
okay.
career in this industry. Yeah,
Okay.
over to you.
So, sir, what are the like what skills do an aircraft engineer need? Like, are there some particular skills? You have already explained it, but are there any specific
Yeah,
skills or yeah? Over to you, sir.
yeah. See. An aircraft maintenance engineer's role is very important in aviation. Aircraft maintenance engineer are key person who certifies the aircraft. You cannot imagine aviation without an aircraft maintenance engineer. If an aircraft maintenance engineer is not skilled enough, so many accident will be happening in India, isn't it? So basically, what is skill I'm telling you, to certify the aircraft, what we need license from DGCA. Okay,
Okay.
we cannot certify the aircraft unless until government of India has given the license to perform that particular work, that particular certification. So there are various type of licenses in this industry, like mechanical in mechanical, B1.1 for heavy aircraft and jet engine, and there are also small licenses like a B1.2 means a piston engine or a small aircraft license. Avionics part, electronics part are there where B2 holders are being engaged. So so basically, if you want to become engineer, then certain criteria has been set by government of India. Criteria are there. You will have to clear module examinations, which are being conducted by Director General of Civil Aviation directly under by CEO, basically Central Examination
Okay.
Authority under DGCA. They conduct module examinations on various papers which are being taught to ab initio aircraft maintenance engineers in CR 147 basic schools. So one has to
Okay.
clear these all papers and required experience. If you have paper and if you don't have experience, you cannot certify the aircraft. Initially you join this industry as a technician, and then you just acquire the experience, and then you become aircraft maintenance engineer to certify this aircraft. So the basic skill required to become an aircraft maintenance engineer, in my views, is the experience and the module papers. If you do have, then you can go for this.
So
Over to you, Divya.
I think so. We should take some questions from the attendees. This is
Yeah,
from Manoj M. So, sir, according to him, his question is how to get OJT. So, this is his question. Can you refer to it? How to
see,
get
yeah,
OJT?
certainly. See, as far as on-job training is concerned, this depends upon particular college. Suppose, see, whenever we are opting the course, it's very important to opt a college also. What college you are opting. So what does, basically, college has to arrange on job training for its students. Actually, it's earlier rule. Earlier there was OJT provision. At present, when CR 147 has been introduced, the OJT provision have been omitted. So if any student who have passed earlier, they need to go for on-job training. So they may approach to their college, and their college will send their resume or with a recommendation letter to various organization to whom they have tie-up, or like Air India provides. So many organizations are providing this on-job training, so they can go for, through the college, but they have to approach to the college first, and college must be cautious enough, and the college must assist the students in providing them on-job training. Over to you, Divya.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, sir. So the very end question which comes to a person's mind after selecting a course or anything, that is how much do an aircraft maintenance engineer earn?
See, it's a very right question from you, Divyani. What happens whenever we are going to opt a career? The first question is that at present scenario that has become the fashion. Okay, sir, what package will I get? Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Uh, if we talk about the good means better positions in India, better position I'm talking about, you'll not earn abruptly like just you have completed the course and you have started earning lakhs. No, in this industry it doesn't happen. What happens gradually, like if you talk about MBBS doctors, they just after 5 years they start having practice, and they then slowly they come up to those packages for what they have dreamed. Just like that in aviation also. In aviation, initially you'll have to start with the position that is called a technician, and a technician salary is not much, but as soon you are getting the license to certify the aircraft, in fact you have to
Right.
make a lot of efforts to get this license, and you must be competent enough to get this license in this industry. But if you are having that much caliber, and if you are obtaining those license in after obtaining that much experience required by DGCA, and if you are obtaining the license, then a license holder earns a very good, a very handsome salary, very handsome
So
salary they earn. And yeah,
it's a
over to
stepping
you.
stone. It's a stepping stone.
Yeah, certainly. See, the course duration is of 2 years. Okay, in 2 years, a student just complete their course as far as 147 is required. Somewhere it's 2 years, somewhere is 3 years. So they just complete their course. After that, they have to work in any airlines or any MRO to gain the practical experience as required by DGCA. 2 or 3 years, as their practical experience are getting over, then they earn good. But in
Okay.
aviation industry, as this is a very good industry, the job is very respective job, they earn lucrative salary, but for that we need patience. I will means just after completion of the course you cannot earn in lakhs, but you will
Right.
earn if you do have patience just after having few years of experience as is required for license. Over to you,
But
Divya.
so that is the main thing. Acquiring the license is quite an important thing. And once it is acquired, there is no turning back. The future is very bright because this industry will just grow
Yes,
in the upcoming years.
certainly, you are very true, you are very true.
So, sir, about what is the difference between pursuing a degree in aircraft maintenance engineering and a license-based program? What are the difference?
No, no. See, both are same. Aircraft maintenance engineering is a licensed course. The different,
Okay,
basically,
okay,
the confusion among us is that the aeronautical engineering and aircraft maintenance engineering, that may be a confusion. Getting my
okay.
point?
So these are
So,
the
if you
same,
talk
but
about
that is it.
no, aeronautical engineering is different thing. Aircraft maintenance engineering is completely different thing.
Yes, yes.
Just I'm telling you a few things. If attendees may note this, I told you initially कि in aviation, from my point of view, I'm telling you, I'm repeating this कि from my point of view, we can divide aviation industry in two parts, three parts basically, but operation I'm including. So two parts. One is manufacturing, second one is operation. Manufacturing is quite different. Manufacturing includes research, design, development, production of the aircraft. Operation is day-to-day operations. Day-to-day operation includes your flying, your maintenance, your certification, your ground handling, each and everything. Getting my point? So both are entirely different thing.
Yes,
Aeronautical engineering can be found in any UGC recognized university or any college, but aircraft maintenance engineering is not available in such colleges. It is available only and
okay,
only in few colleges. 40 or 43 colleges are there across India, which are duly approved by DGCA, Government of India, to run this course. So difference is not difference is much. When we talk what are the advantages, so then it
Hmm.
depends upon your dream exactly what do you want to be. You want to become aeronautical engineer or you want to become aircraft maintenance engineer. If you have dream to go in the sector where the aircrafts are being manufactured, where the aircraft production is going on, then you'll have to go for aeronautical engineering. If you have dream to build your career in airlines, which is quite respective, again I'm telling you, then you'll have to do aircraft maintenance engineering course. So both are different,
Okay.
and if anyone want a job in a very short time, and if he is very enthusiastic, then they can go for aircraft maintenance, no doubt it's one of the best.
Okay,
Over
sir.
to you,
So
Divya.
that is,
Yeah, Divya.
yes, sir. So yeah, sir, you have answered it quite clearly about the difference and the license also. Like both are same almost, and aircraft maintenance engineering and aeronautical engineering, the difference and advantages. Yeah, so the point is quite clear now.
Right.
So about the top colleges, what would be your recommendation about the top colleges in this industry?
See, the first thing is that this is very you can say this is very tough question for me at present because every college is good, isn't it? But when we talk about the good college or better college or best college, the college to whom we listen most we remember, isn't it? In aviation
Right.
industry, if we talk about the colleges, few colleges are there which are well known to everyone, and there is a group in India that is Shaship Group, which has I think almost 7 colleges, and
Oh wow.
all the colleges under Shaship Group are really good. They are doing very well. They are doing well in academic, and also they are expanding their MRO services. They are owning their own airports. Many airports they have leased from government. So if we talk
Okay.
few colleges, then Shaship Group is one of them. Apart from these,
So
more
sir, I
colleges
think
are
we
there,
should
and
do one
just
thing.
after this seminar,
Yes, sir.
yeah, over to you.
So I think we can send a list of these colleges to the attendees. It will be helpful for them. So everyone
Yeah,
attending this
I'll
seminar
request.
webinar. So yeah.
Yes, yes. Divyani, I will request to the people, to the organizer of Gyan Vitarnam. Gyan Vitarnam is also a platform where people can go and can search for their career options. So they must be having such list or such links where you can go and you can study in detail about these courses, and you can find out the directory of the colleges. And as far as I have my thinking is concerned, or my recommendation is concerned, Gyaniternam is very unbiased platform where you will simply find the list. Okay, so I will request people just after this webinar, we may request the Gyaniternam organizers to send that link to all the students, so that the student can go there and they can go through the details of the course and the details of the colleges. So that will send over to you, Divan.
Sir, I think so. We should take another question from the attendees. Okay, sir. So Sahil from Pune is asking, what is the work experience
Yes.
required to become a fully licensed AME, aeronautical engineering?
Okay.
So what is the work
Aircraft
experience?
maintenance engineer. Yeah, very,
Engineering.
very good question. See, when we talk about the license, so license to have many categories. Okay. Initially, it is divided in two parts. Okay, mechanical and avionics. Mechanical part is subdivided in parts like A1 and B1. B1.1 is B1.1 engineers are those engineers who certify the aircraft fitted with jet engine, means heavy aircraft fitted with jet engine. So if you want that
Okay.
license to certify the heavy aircraft fitted with jet engine, then you need 5 years of practical experience, out of which you will be getting 1 year's exemption if you have passed this course from any DGCA approved college. So 4 years experience they require to hold the license, whereas in 3 years, means after 2 years of the completion of the course, they can acquire a license that is called A1.1, or
Okay.
B1.2 they can acquire in 3 years only. When we talk about B2, then also it is required 5 years. 1 year will be exempted if you have passed from the college. Means 4 year practical experience are required. But once you have got the experience, just after investing this 4 to 5 years, including your college, your life will be awesome.
Okay.
Can you
Okay, sir.
repeat the name of
That's
that guy who has asked this question?
yes, sir. I'll just repeat it. His name is Sahil.
Yeah, Sahil, very good. Sahil, I hope your questions are clear from my side. Thank you, Sahil. Yeah, over to you, Divan.
Thank you. Thank you for the question, Sahil. So, sir, yeah. Right now, sir, I would like the attendees for a quick quiz. So at the
Okay.
beginning of the webinar, you have mentioned that the position of India in the civil aviation market. So hi to everyone. We'll give you 1 minute. You can answer it, and the person who answers it will get a really amazing prize, a gift hamper from our end. And the question is India's position in civil aviation market. So please give your answers, and we'll look into it. So, meanwhile, can you give us more knowledge on this industry, about this industry?
Yeah, certainly. You have asked that question, ki what position India holds. So I cannot simply tell you ki what position, but I'll just make again it clear to the attendees that just you'll have to answer ki India is the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth largest domestic market. So attendees who have heard us very
So, I
carefully
think so.
can answer this.
So sorry to interrupt you. I think so. We already
Can
have a winner. That is Manoj M.
okay.
He has written the answer. That is third largest. So I think he has
Okay,
answered it.
congratulations, Manoj, and certainly the team of Gyan Vitarnam will approach you, and they will certainly reward you something. It's very good.
Congratulations,
So
Manoj.
Divyani,
Congratulations.
yeah, okay, it's very good. So Divyani, I think we should over now our webinar. And
Yes,
I
sir.
again I wish for everyone's good health, as in India, not in India, in the world, this corona pandemic is a very big problem for us. So I just request everyone to be safe and to be in the home. Don't walk on the road unless until it is an emergency. And we should cooperate with our government authorities and our local administration. Thank you, Devyani.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your valuable time and all the inputs and all the answering the questions. And thank you for all the attendees to attend this seminar. We'll send you emails or through WhatsApp. We'll send you more details about this webinar and about the details of the colleges. So stay tuned with us. And yeah, thank you, everyone. I hope everyone is safe. And
Thank you.
thank you, sir. Thank you.